Come on now, boy, it's 7:30. I say, hurry up, Travis. You ain't the only person in the world got to use bathroom. Get on in now before the Johnsons beat you to it. Walt Lee, it's after 7:30. Let me see you do some waking up in there now. You better get up from there, man. It's after 7:30, I tell you. All right, you just go ahead and lay there. The next thing you know, Travis will be finished and Mr. Johnson will be in there and you'll be fussing and cussing around here like a madman and be late, too. Walter Lee, it's time for you to get up.
Is he out yet?
Well, what you mean out? He ain't hardly got in there good yet.
But what you doing all that yelling for if I can't even get in there yet? Check coming today?
They said Saturday, and this is just Friday, and I hope to God you ain't gonna get up here first thing this morning and start talking to me about no money, because I don't about want to hear it.
Something the matter with you this morning?
Oh, I'm just sleepy as a devil. What kind of eggs you want?
Not scrambled. Paper come?
It's on the table.
No. Set off another bomb yesterday.
Did they?
What's the matter with you?
Ain't nothing the matter with me. Don't keep asking me that this morning.
Ain't nobody bothering you. Say Colonel McCormick is sick.
Is he now, poor thing?
Oh, me. Now, what is that boy doing in that bathroom? He's just going to have to start getting up early. I can't be being late to work on account of him fooling around in that.
Oh, no, he ain't going to be getting up no earlier, no such a thing. It ain't his fault that he got to share a bathroom with two other families. And it ain't his fault that he can't get to bed no earlier nights because he got a bunch of crazy good-for-nothing clowns sitting up running their mouths in what is supposed to be his bedroom until after 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, that's what you mad about, ain't it? The things I want to talk about with my friends just couldn't be important in your mind, could they?
Why you always got to smoke before you eat in the morning?
Just look at him down there, running and racing to work. You look young this morning, baby.
Yeah.
Just a second, stirring them eggs. Uh-oh, it's going now. Just a second it was, you look real young again.
Man, if
it's
you don't shut up and leave me alone. Again.
First thing a man ought to learn in life is not to make love to no colored woman first thing in the morning. You all some evil people, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Daddy, come on, I'm holding it for you.
I'm coming.
Sit down and have your breakfast, Travis.
Mama, this is Friday. Check come tomorrow, huh?
Now you get your mind off money and eat your breakfast.
This is the morning we supposed to bring the 50 cents to school.
Well, I ain't got no 50 cents.
Teachers say we have to.
I don't care what the teachers say. I ain't got it. Eat your breakfast, Travis.
I am eating.
Well, hush up now. Just eat.
You think Grandmama would have it?
No. And I want you to stop asking your grandmother for money, you hear me?
I don't ask her. She just give me it sometimes.
Travis Wood, Younger, I got too much on me this morning to be...
Baby Daddy.
Travis!
Could I maybe go carry some groceries in front of the supermarket for a little while after school then?
Just hush, I said. Now, okay, if you through eating, you can get over there and make up your bed.
Every morning, make your bed. Every night, make your bed. Make your bed. Make your bed. I'm through. I'm gone.
Oh, come on back here. Now, if you don't take this home and fix this head, you better. Ooh, about to march out of here with that head looking just like chicken slept in it. Oh, I just don't know where you get your stubborn ways. And get your jacket, too. It looks chilly out there this morning.
I'm gone.
Get coffee and milk money and not a single penny for no caps, you hear me?
Yes'm.
Oh, Mama makes me so mad sometimes. I don't know what to do. I wouldn't kiss that woman goodbye for nothing in the world this morning. Not for nothing in this world. Oh, now who's the little angry man of you?
Oh, golly, Mama.
Oh, golly, Mama. You better get on out of here now. You're going to be late.
Mama, could I please go carry groceries?
Oh, honey, it's starting to get so cold evenings.
Draw, partner! Bang! What is it he wants to do?
Go carry groceries after school at the supermarket.
Well, let him go.
I have to. She won't give me the 50 cents.
Why not?
Because we don't have it.
What you tell the boy things like that for? Here, son.
Thanks, Daddy.
As a matter of fact, here's another 50 cents. Buy yourself some fruit today. Take a taxi cab to school or something, okay? That's my boy. You know what I was thinking about in the bathroom this morning?
No.
How come you always got to try and be so pleasant?
What is there to be pleasant about?
You want to know what I was thinking about in the bathroom or not?
I know what you was thinking about.
About what me and Willie Harris was talking about last night.
Willie Harris is a good-for-nothing loudmouth.
Anybody who talks to me has got to be a good-for-nothing loudmouth, ain't he? And what you know about just who is a good-for-nothing loudmouth? Charlie Atkins was just a good-for-nothing loudmouth too, wasn't he? When he wanted me to go in that dry cleaning business with him. And now he's grossing $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year. You still call him a loudmouth?
Oh, Walter Lee.
You're tired, ain't you? Mm-hmm. Tired of everything. Me, the boy, the way we live, this beat-up whole everything, ain't you? So tired. Moaning and groaning all the time. But you wouldn't do nothing to help, would you? You couldn't be on my side that long for nothing, could you?
Walter, please, leave me alone.
A man needs for a woman to back him up.
Walter!
Mama would listen to you. You know she listens to you more than she do me and Benny. She thinks more of you. All you got to do is just sit down with her when you're drinking your coffee one morning, talking about things like you do. And you just sip your coffee, see? And say easy like that. You've been thinking about that deal Walter Lee is so interested in. About the store and all. And you sip some more coffee, like what you were saying ain't really that important to you. And the next thing you know, she be listening good, asking you questions. And when I come home, I can tell her the details. But this ain't no fly-by-night proposition, baby. I mean, we figured it out. Me and Willie and Bobo.
Bobo?
Yeah. You see, this little liquor store we got in mind cost $75,000. And we figured the initial investment on the place to be about $30,000, see? Now that'd be $10,000 each. Of course, there's a couple of hundred you got to pay, so you don't spend your life just waiting for them clowns to let your license get approved.
You mean graft?
Don't call it that. You see that? That just goes to show what women understand about the world. Baby, don't nothing happen for you in this world unless you pay somebody off.
Walter, leave me alone. Eat your eggs, they're gonna be cold.
That's it. There you are. Man said, his woman, I got me a dream. His woman said, eat your eggs, they're going to be cold. Man said, I got to take a hold of this here world, baby. His woman said, eat your eggs and go to work. Man said, I got to change my life. I'm choking to death, baby. And his woman said, your eggs is getting cold.
Walter, that ain't none of our money.
This morning I'm looking in the mirror and I'm thinking about it. I'm 35 years old and I've been married 11 years. And I got a boy who sleeps in the living room. And all I got to give him is stories about how rich white people live.
Eat your eggs.
Damn them eggs! Damn all the eggs that ever was!
Then go to work.
See? I'm trying to talk to you about myself. And all you can say is eat them damn eggs and go to work.
Honey, you never say nothing new. I listen to you every day, every night, and every morning, and you never say nothing new. So you would rather be Mr. Arnold than be his chauffeur. So I would rather be living in Buckingham Palace.
That is just what is wrong with the colored woman in this world. Don't understand about building their men up, making them feel like they're somebody, like they can do something.
There are colored men who do things.
No thanks to the colored woman.
Well, being a colored woman, I guess I can't help myself none.
We are one group of men tied to a race of women with small minds.
Morning, Benny. Oh, no need heading for the bathroom. Johnson's still in there.
I am going to start timing those people.
You should get up earlier.
Oh, really? When would you suggest? Dawn? Where's the paper?
You're a horrible-looking chick at this hour.
Good morning, everybody.
How's school coming?
Oh, lovely, lovely. And you know, biology's the greatest. I dissected something that looked just like you yesterday.
I just wondered if you made up your mind and everything.
And what did I answer yesterday morning? And the day before that?
Don't be nasty, man.
And the day before that, and the day before that.
I'm interested in you. Something wrong with that? Ain't many girls decide to become...
be a doctor.
Now, have we figured out just exactly how much that medical school is going to cost?
I'm going to go there and stand guard or I'll never get in.
Walter Lee, why don't you leave that girl alone and get on out of here?
I know you're in there, Mr. Johnson. Will you come out of there, please? I don't know what that man's got to look at. Keeps him in there so long.
You know that check is coming tomorrow.
That money belongs to Mama, Walter. And it's for her to decide how she wants to use it. Now, I don't care if she wants to buy a house or a rocket ship or just nail it up somewhere and look at it. It's hers, not ours. Hers.
Now, ain't that fine? You've just got your mother's interest at heart, ain't you, girl? You're such a nice girl. But if Mama got that money, she can always take a few thousand and help you through school, too, can't she?
I've never asked anybody around here to do anything for me.
No. And the line between asking and just accepting when the time comes is big and wide, ain't it?
What do you want from me, brother? That I quit school or just drop dead?
I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing from you but for you to stop acting holy around here. Now, me and Ruth done made some sacrifices for you. Why can't you do something for the family?
Walter, don't be dragging me in.
You are in it. Don't you get up and go to work in somebody's kitchen for the last 3 years to help put clothes on our back?
Oh, Walter, that's not fair.
Ain't nobody expects you to get down on your damn knees and say, thank you, brother, thank you, Ruth, thank you, Mom, and thank you, Travis, for wearing the same pair of shoes for 2 semesters.
Well, I do, all right? Thank everybody. And forgive me for ever wanting to be anything at all. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me.
Please, stop it. Your mama will hear you.
Who the hell told you you had to be a doctor? If you're so crazy about messing around with sick people, then go and be a nurse like other women or just get married and be quiet.
Oh, so you finally got it said. It took you 3 years, but you finally got it said. Walter, give up. Leave me alone. It's Mama's money.
He was my father, too.
Well, so what? He was my father, too, and Travis's grandfather. But the insurance money belongs to Mama, and picking on me is not going to make her give it to you to invest in any liquor stores. And I, for one, say God bless Mama for that.
See? Did you hear what...
Honey, please, go to work.
Nobody in this house is ever going to understand me.
Because you're a nut.
Who's a nut?
You are a nut. He is mad, boy.
The world's most backward race of people. And that's a fact.
And then there are all those prophets who would lead us out of the wilderness into the swamps.
Benny, why you always gotta be picking on your brother? Can't you be a little sweeter sometimes? Walter, if you...
I need some money for car fare.
50 cents. Here, let's take a taxi.
Who's that round here slamming doors at this hour?
That was Walter Lee. He and Benny was at it again.
My children and their tempers. Lord, if this little old plant don't get more sun than it's been getting, they will never see spring again. Ah. What's the matter with you this morning, Ruth? You look right peaked. You ain't been ironing all them things? Leave some for me. I'll get to them this afternoon. Benny, honey, it's too drafty for you to be sitting around here half-dressed. Where's your robe?
In the cleaners.
Well, go get mine and put it on.
I'm not cold, Mama, honest.
I know, but you're so thin.
Mama, I'm not cold.
Oh, have mercy. Look at that poor child's bed. Bless his heart, he tries, don't he?
No, you don't have to try at all, because he knows you're going to come along behind him and fix everything. That's how come you don't know how to do nothing right now. You done spoil that boy, so...
Well, now he's a little boy. He ain't supposed to know about housekeeping. It's my baby, that's what he is. What'd you fix for his breakfast this morning?
I feed my son, Lena.
I ain't meddling. Just noticed all last week he had cold cereal. When it starts getting this chilly in the fall, the child ought to have some hot grits or something when he goes out in the cold.
I gave him hot oats. Is that all right?
I ain't meddling. Put a lot of nice butter on it. Likes a lot of butter.
Lena.
what was you and your brother fussing about this morning?
It's not important, Mama. Hallelujah. He's done.
Yeah, don't forget your towel. Ruth, what was they fighting about?
Now you know as well as I do.
Brother still worrying himself sick about that money?
You know he is.
You had breakfast?
Some coffee.
Girl, you better start eating and looking out after yourself better. You're almost as thin as Travis.
Lena. What are you going to do with it?
Oh, now don't you start, child. It's too early in the morning to be talking about money. It ain't Christian.
Well, he just said he's got his heart set on that store.
You mean that liquor store that Willie Harris wants him to invest in?
Yes.
We ain't no business people, Ruth. We just plain working folks.
Ain't nobody business people till they go in business. Walter Lee said colored people ain't never gonna start getting ahead till they start gambling on some different kinds of things in this world. Investments and things.
What's done got into you, girl? Walter Lee done finally sold you on investing.
No, Mama. Mama, something is happening between Walter and me. I don't know what it is, but he needs something. Something I can't give him anymore. He needs this chance, Lena.
Oh, but liquor, honey.
Well, like Walter said, I expect people are going to be always drinking themselves some liquor.
Well, now, whether they drinks it or not ain't none of my business. But whether I goes into business selling it to 'em is, and I do not want that on my ledger this late in life. Ruth Younger, what's the matter with you today? You look like you could fall over right there.
I'm tired.
Well, then you better stay home from work today.
No, I can't stay home. She'd be calling up the agency and screaming at them, "My girl didn't come in today. Send me somebody. My girl didn't come in." Oh, she just have a fit.
Well, let her have it. I'll just call up and say you got the flu.
Why the flu?
Oh, because it sounds respectable to 'em. Something white folks get, too. They know about the flu. Otherwise, they think you've been cut up or something when you tell them you're sick.
Oh, I got to go in. We need the money.
Lord have mercy. Somebody would have thought my children and all but starved to death the way they talk about money here late. Child, we got a great big old check coming tomorrow.
Now, that's your money. It ain't got nothing to do with me. We all feel like that. Walter and Benny and me, even Travis.
$10,000.
Sure is wonderful.
$10,000.
You know what you should do, Miss Lena? You should take yourself a trip somewhere. To Europe or South America or someplace.
Oh.
I'm serious. Just pack up and leave. Go on away and enjoy yourself. Forget about the family and just have yourself a ball for once in your life.
Well, you sound like I'm just about ready to die. Well, who'd go with me? What do I look like wandering all around Europe by myself?
These here rich white women do it all the time. They don't think nothing of packing up their suitcases and piling on one of them big steamships and swoosh, they gone, child.
Well, something always told me I wasn't no rich white woman.
Well, what are you going to do with it then?
Well, now, I ain't rightly decided. Some of it's got to be put away for Beneath in her schooling, and ain't nothing gonna touch that part of it, not nothing. Of course, now, I've been thinking that we maybe could meet the notes on a little old two-story somewhere, with a yard where Travis could play in the summertime, if we use part of the insurance money for a down payment and everybody kind of pitch in, like I could maybe take on a little day work again, a few days a week.
Well, Lord knows we put enough rent in this here rat trap to pay for 4 houses by now.
Rat trap? Yes, that's all it is. Lord. But I remember just as well the day me and Big Walter moved in here. We hadn't been married for 2 weeks, and we wasn't planning on living here no more than a year. We was going to set away little by little, don't you know, and buy us a little old place out in Morgan Park. We even picked out the house. Looks right dumpy today, but... Oh, child, you should have known all them dreams I had about buying that house and then fixing it up and making me a little garden out and back. Didn't none of it happen.
Yes. Life can be a barrel of disappointment sometimes.
Honey, Big Walter would come in here some nights back then, and he'd slump down there on that couch there, and he'd look at that rug, and he'd look at me, and he'd look at that rug, and he'd look back up at me, and I knew he was down then, really down. And then, Lord, when I lost that baby, little Claude, I almost thought I was going to lose Big Walter too. Oh, that man, he just grieved himself so. Lord, he was one man to love his children.
Ain't nothing can tear at you like losing your baby.
I guess that's how come that man finally worked himself to death like he done. Like he was fighting his own war with this here world that took his baby from him.
He sure was a fine man, all right. I always liked Mr. Younger.
Crazy about his children. Oh, God knows there was plenty wrong with Walter Younger. Hard-headed, mean, kind of wild with women. Plenty wrong with him. You know, but he sure loved his children. Always wanted them to have something, you know, and then to be something. That's where Brother gets all them notions from, I reckon. Big Walter used to say, you know, and he'd get right kind of wet in the eyes sometimes, you know, Ruth? And he'd lean his head back with the water standing in his eyes, and he'd say, "Seemed like God didn't see fit to give the black man nothing but dreams, but he did give us children to make them dreams seem worthwhile." He could talk like that, don't you know?
Yes, he sure could. He was a good man, Mr. Younger.
Yes. Fine man. Just couldn't ever catch up with his dreams, that's all.
There she goes. What could be so dirty on that woman's rugs that she has to vacuum them every single day?
I wish certain young women around here who I could name would take inspiration about certain rugs in a certain apartment I could also mention.
How much cleaning can a house need, for Christ's sakes?
Benny!
Just listen to it, just listen.
Oh, God.
If you use the Lord's name just one more time...
Oh, Mama.
Fresh, just fresh as salt, this girl.
Well, if the salt loses its savor.
Now that'll do. I just ain't gonna have you around here reciting the scriptures in vain. You hear me?
Now, how did I manage to get on everybody's wrong side by just walking into a room?
If you weren't so fresh.
Ruth, I'm 20 years old.
What time you gonna be home from school today?
Kind of late. Madeline's gonna start my guitar lessons today.
Yeah, what kind of lessons?
Guitar.
Oh, Father.
How come you don't take it in your head to learn to play the guitar?
Well, I just want to, that's all.
Lord, child, don't you know what to do with yourself? Now, how long is it going to be before you get tired of this now? Like you got tired of that little old play acting group you joined last year. And what was it the year before that?
The horseback riding club, for which she bought that $25 riding habit that's been hanging in the closet ever since.
Why you got to flit so from one thing to another, baby?
I just want to learn to play the guitar. Is there anything wrong with that?
Well, ain't nobody trying to stop you. I just wonder sometimes why you have to flit so from one thing to another all the time. You ain't never done nothing but all that camera equipment you brought home.
I don't flit. I experiment with different forms of expression.
Like riding a horse.
Well, people have to express themselves one way or another.
But what is it that you want to express?
Me. Oh, don't worry. I don't expect you to understand.
Who you going out with tomorrow night?
George Murchison again.
Oh, you get a little sweet on him, huh?
You asked me, this child ain't getting sweet on nobody but herself. Express herself.
Oh, I like George all right, Mama. I like him enough to go out with him and stuff, but...
And what does "and stuff" mean?
Mind your own business.
Oh, now stop picking on her now, Ruth. What does it mean?
Oh, Mama, I just mean that I couldn't really be serious about George. He's so shallow.
Shallow? What you mean he's shallow? He's rich.
Hush, Ruth.
I know he's rich. He knows he's rich, too.
Well, what other qualities a man got to have to satisfy you, little girl?
Well, you wouldn't even begin to understand. Anybody who married Walter could not possibly understand.
Well, what kind of way is that to talk about your brother?
Oh, brother's a flip, let's face it.
What's a flip?
She's saying he's crazy.
No, No, not crazy. Brother isn't really crazy yet. He's an elaborate neurotic.
You hush your mouth.
And as for George, well, George looks good. He's got a beautiful car, and he takes me to nice places. And as my sister-in-law says, he is probably the richest boy that I will ever get to know. And I even like him sometimes. But if the youngers are sitting around waiting to see if their little Benny is going to tie the family up with the Murchisons, they are wasting their time.
You mean you wouldn't marry George Murchison if he asked you to someday? That pretty rich thing? Honey, I knew you was odd.
No, I would not marry him if all I felt for him is what I feel now. Besides, George's family really wouldn't like it.
Why not?
Oh, Mama, the Murchisons are real, honest-to-God, rich colored people. And the only people in the world who are more snobbish than rich white people are rich colored people. I thought everybody knew that. I've met Mrs. Murchison. She's a thing.
Oh, honey, you mustn't dislike folks because they're well off.
Why not? It makes just as much sense as disliking people because they're poor. And lots of people do that.
Oh, well, she'll get over some of this.
Get over it. What are you talking about, Ruth? Listen, I am going to be a doctor. I'm not worried about who I'm going to marry yet. If I ever get married.
If?
Oh, now, Benny.
Oh, I probably will. But first I'm going to be a doctor. And George, for one, he still thinks that's pretty funny. I couldn't be bothered with that. I am going to be a doctor, and everybody around here better understand that.
Of course you're going to be a doctor, honey, God willing.
God hasn't got a thing to do with it.
Benita, that just wasn't necessary.
Well, neither is God. I get sick of hearing about God.
Benita!
No, I mean it. I'm just tired of hearing about God all the time. What has he got to do with anything? Does he pay tuition?
You about to get your fresh little jaw slapped.
That's just what she needs, all right.
Why? No, why can't I say what I want to say around here like everybody else?
Because it don't sound nice for a young girl to say things like that. You wasn't brought up that way. Me and your father went to the trouble to get you and brother to church every Sunday.
Mama, you don't understand. You see, it's all a matter of ideas. God is just one idea I don't accept. It's not important. I'm not going to go out and be immoral or commit crimes because I don't believe in God. I don't even think about it. It's just that I get tired of him getting the credit for all the things that the human race achieves through its own stubborn effort. There is simply no blasted God. There is only man, and it is he who makes miracles.
Now you say after me, in my mother's house there is still God. In my mother's house there is still God.
In my mother's house, there is still God.
Now, there's some ideas we ain't gonna have in this house. Not long as I'm still head of this family.
Yes, ma'am.
You think you're a woman, Benny, but you still a little girl. What you did was childish. So you got treated like a child.
I see. I also see that everybody thinks it's all right for Mama to be a tyrant. But all the tyranny in the world will never put a God in the heavens.
Lena. She said she was sorry.
Oh. It frightens me, Ruth, my children.
You got good children, Lena. They just a little off sometime, but they good.
No, honey, there's something done come down between them and me that just don't let us understand each other no more, and I don't know what it is. One's almost lost his mind thinking about money all the time, and the other's commence to talk about things I can't seem to understand, no form nor fashion. What is it that's changing them, Ruth?
Now you're taking it all too seriously, Lena. You just got strong-willed children, and it takes a strong woman like you to keep them in hand.
Oh, they spirited all right, my children. Got to admit they got spirit, Benny and Walter. Like this little old plant here that ain't never had enough sunshine or nothing. And look at it.
You sure loves that little old plant, don't you?
Well, I always wanted me a garden like I used to see sometimes at the back of the houses down home. This plan is close as I ever got to having one. Oh, there ain't nothing as dreary as the view from this window on a dreary day, is there? Why ain't you singing this morning, Ruth? Sing that song, No Ways Tired. Song always kind of lifts me up.
Oh, Lord, I don't feel no ways tired, Julie.
Ruth, honey, what's the matter with you? Ruth, come on, baby. Come on, child. Honey, open your eyes. Ruth.
Ooh, that stuff Benny's using smells awful. Leave them poor little cockroaches alone. They ain't bothering you guys. Okay, here's some for you.
Look out there, girl. Benny, look out there now before you be spilling that stuff on that child.
That's right, look out now. I can't imagine it would hurt him. It's never hurt the roaches.
Well, now, little boys' hides ain't as tough as Southside roaches.
Grandmama, can I go downstairs, please?
Did you get all them chores done already? I ain't seen you doing much.
Yes, sir. Where did Mama go this morning?
She had to go on a little errand.
Where?
To tend to her business.
Can I go outside then?
Oh, I guess so. But you better stay right in front of the house, though. And keep a good lookout for the postman.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Let me talk to Willie Harris.
You better get over there beneath or behind the bureau. I seen one of them marching out there like Napoleon yesterday.
Hello, Willie? No, it ain't come yet. It'll be here in a few minutes. Did the lawyer give you the papers?
There's really only one way to get rid of him, Mama.
How?
Set fire to this building.
Good. Good. I'll be right over.
Where did Ruth go, Walter?
I don't know.
Well, where are you going? Mama, where did Ruth go?
To the doctor, I think.
The doctor? What's the matter? You don't think...
Now, I ain't saying what I think, but I ain't never been wrong about a woman neither.
Halo. Oh, wow. Well, when did you get back? And how was it? Well, of course I've missed you. In my way. This morning? Oh, no, house cleaning and all that. Mama hates it if I let people come over when the house is like this.
That's right.
You have? Oh, well, that's different. What is it? Oh, what the hell? Come on over. Right, I'll see you there.
Benny! Who is that you inviting over here with this house looking like this? You ain't got the pride you was born with.
Ossie guy doesn't care how houses look. Mama, he's an intellectual.
Who?
Ossie guy. Joseph Ossie guy. He's an African boy I met on campus. He's been studying in Canada all summer.
What's his name?
Ossie guy. Joseph. Ossie guy. He's from Nigeria.
Oh, that's that little country that was founded by the slaves way back when...
No, Mama. That's Liberia.
Well, I don't think I never met me no African before.
Well, you do me a favor and you don't ask him a lot of ignorant questions about Africans. I mean, do they wear clothes and all that?
Well, now, I guess if you think we're so ignorant around here, maybe you shouldn't bring your friends here.
Well, it's just that people ask such crazy things. All anyone seems to know about when it comes to Africa is Tarzan.
Well, now, why should I know anything about Africa?
Well, why do you give money at church for the missionary work?
Oh, well, that's to help save people.
You mean save them from heathenism?
Yes.
Well, I'm afraid they need more salvation from the British and the French.
Well, I guess from all the happy faces, everybody knows.
You pregnant?
Lord have mercy. I sure hope it's a little old girl. Travis ought to have a sister.
How far along are you?
2 months.
Well, did you mean to? I mean, did you plan it or was it an accident?
What do you know about planning or not planning?
Mama?
She's 20 years old, Lena.
Well, did you plan it, Ruth?
Mind your own business.
It is my business. Where is he going to live? On the roof? Oh, gee, I didn't mean that, Ruth. Honest. Gee, I don't feel like that at all. I think it's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yes, really.
Doctor say everything's gonna be all right.
Yes, she said everything is going to be fine.
She? What doctor you went to? Ruth, honey, what's the matter with you? You sick?
What's the matter with him, Mama?
Oh, she'll be all right. Women kind of gets depressed sometimes when they get her way. Come on, honey, now you just relax. That's right. Just lean back. Come on now, honey. Lean back on me. Don't think about nothing. Nothing at all.
I'm all right, Lena.
Oh, my God. That must be our cigar.
Come on now, honey. Come on. You need to lie down and rest a while. Come on now. Then we'll have some nice hot food. Come on. Come on, I'll take you to your room. Come on now, darling. Just calm down. Come on and lie down. That's it.
Hello, Alayo.
Hello. Well, come in. And please excuse everything. My mother was very upset about my letting anyone come here with a place like this.
You look disturbed too. Something wrong?
Yes. We've all got acute ghettoitis. So, sit down. How is Canada?
Canadian.
Oh, I'm very glad you're back.
Are you really?
Yes, very.
Why, you were quite glad when I went away. What happened?
You went away.
Ah.
Well, before you wanted to be so serious, before there was time.
How much time must there be before one knows what one feels?
What'd you bring me?
Open it and see.
Oh, Asagai. Oh, you got them for me. The records and the robes, too. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, my God, what colors.
No, not like that. I shall have to teach you how to drape it properly. Here, let me have them. Now, like this. And so. And so. And that is it. Oh, Pege de Ugba Moshe. You wear it well. Very well. Mutilated hair and all.
My hair? What's wrong with my hair?
Were you born with it like that?
Well, no, of course not.
How then?
Well, you know perfectly well how. As crinkly as yours, that's how.
And it is ugly to you that way?
Oh, no, not ugly. But it's so hard to manage when it's well raw.
And so to accommodate that, you mutilate it every week.
It's not mutilation.
Oh, please, I'm only teasing you because you're so very serious about these things. Do you remember the first time I met you at school? You came up to me and you said, and I thought you were the most serious little thing I'd ever seen. You said, Mr. Asagai, I want very much to talk to you about Africa. You see, Mr. Asagai, I'm looking for my identity.
Yes.
Well, it is true that yours is not so much a profile of a Hollywood queen as perhaps a queen of the Nile. But what does it matter? Assimilationism is so popular in your country.
I'm not an assimilationist.
Such a serious one. So, you like the robes? You must take excellent care of them. They are from my sister's personal wardrobe.
You sent all the way home for me?
For you, I would do much more. Well, that is what I came for. I must go.
Well, will you call me Monday?
Yeah. We have a great deal to talk about. About identity and time and all that.
Time?
Yeah. About how much time one needs to know how one feels.
You see, you have never understood that there is more than one kind of feeling that can exist between a man and a woman. Or at least there should be.
No, between a man and a woman, there need be only one kind of feeling. I have that for you. Now, even right this moment.
I know, and by itself it won't do. I can find that anywhere.
For a woman, it should be enough.
I know. And that's because that's what it says in all the novels that men write. But it isn't. You go ahead and laugh. But I am not interested in being someone's little episode in America. Or one of them. That's funny as hell, huh?
No, it's just that every American girl I've known has said that to me. White, black, in this you are all the same, and the same speech too.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
It's how you can be so sure that the world's most liberated women are not liberated at all. You all talk about it too much.
Mama. Mama, this is Mr. Asa Guy.
How do you do?
How do you do, Mrs. Younger? Please forgive me for coming at such an outrageous hour on a Saturday.
Well, you're quite welcome. I just hope you understand that our house don't always look like this. You must come again. I would love to hear all about your country. I think it's so sad the way our American Negroes don't know nothing about Africa except Tarzan and all that. And all that money they pour in these churches when they ought to be helping you folks over there drive out them French and English done took away your lands.
Yes. Yes.
How many miles is it from here to where you come from?
Many thousands.
And I bet you don't half look out after yourself neither, being away from your mama. I expect you better come round here from time to time and get yourself some decent home-cooked meals.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I must go. I will call you on Monday, Alayo.
What is that he calls you?
Oh, Alayo. I hope you don't mind. It is what you would call a nickname, I think. It's a Yoruba word. Yoruba.
Well, I thought you said he was from...
Nigeria is my country. Yoruba is my tribal origin.
You didn't tell us what Alaio means. For all I know, you might be calling me a little idiot or something.
Well, let me see. I do not know how just to explain it. The sense of a thing can be so different when it changes languages.
You're evading.
No, really, it's difficult. It means one for whom food is not enough. Is that all right?
Thank you.
Well, that's nice. You must come to see us again, Mr.
Asa Guy.
But yes, do come again.
Goodbye.
Lord. Sure was a pretty thing just walked out of here. Yes, I guess I see why we done commenced to get so interested around here in Africa. Missionaries, my Aunt Jenny.
Oh, Mama. Let me see now. How do you drape this? Oh, damn. Boogity, boogity, boom, boom, boom. Boogity, boogity, boom, boom, boom. That's not bad. Alaio. It's not bad at all. Ba-boom. Ba-boom.
You cracking up?
Oh, you shut up.
What are you wearing them crazy clothes for? Halloween is next month.
You mind your own business.
Travis, honey, run next door and ask Miss Johnson to please let me have a little kitchen cleanser. This here can is as empty as Jacob's kettle.
I just came in.
Do as you're told. Benita, where are you going?
To become a queen of the Nile.
Who told you to get up?
Well, ain't nothing wrong with me to be laying in no bed for. Where did Benny go?
Well, as far as I could make out, to Egypt. What time is it getting to?
10:20. And the mailman gonna ring that bell this morning, just like he done every morning for the last umpteen years.
Grandma Miss Johnson say to tell you that she don't have much.
Lord, some people I could name sure is tight-fisted. Travis, mark 2 cans of cleanser down on that list there. If she's that hard up for kitchen cleanser, I sure don't want to forget to get her none.
Well, Lena, maybe the woman is just short on cleanser.
As much baking powder as she done borrowed from me all these years, she could have done gone in the baking business.
Get down them steps, boy.
You mean it's really done come?
Oh, Miss Lena.
Well, I don't know what we're all so excited about around here. Now we know it was coming for months.
That's a whole lot different from having it come and being able to hold it in your hands. A piece of paper worth $10,000.
I got it!
Well, give it to your grandma. Come on, open it. Lord have mercy. I wish Walter Lee was here.
Open it, Grandmama.
Now you all be quiet. It's just a check.
Well, open it.
Now don't be acting silly. We ain't never been a people to act silly about no money.
But we ain't never had none before. Open it.
Travis? Is in the right amount of zeros?
Yes, $10,000. Golly, Grandma, you rich.
$10,000. Put it away somewhere, Ruth. $10,000 they give you. $10,000.
What's the matter with Grandmama? Don't she want to be rich?
Well, you go on out and play now, baby. Oh, you gone and got yourself upset.
I expect if it wasn't for you all, I would just put that money away or give it to the church or something.
Oh, what kind of talk is that? Mr. Young would be just plain mad if he could hear you talking foolish like that.
Yes, he sure would. Oh, we got enough to do with that money, all right. Where'd you go today, girl?
To the doctor?
Now, Ruth, you know better than that. Old Dr. Jones is strange enough in his way, but there ain't nothing about him to make nobody slip and call him she like you done this morning.
Well, that's what happened. My tongue slipped.
You went to see that woman, didn't you?
What woman you talking about?
That woman that takes money for... Can't you give people a Christian greeting before you start asking about money?
Did it come?
Here it is, Walter.
$10,000. Hey, Mom, look. Owen Harris put everything on paper.
Son, I think you ought to have a talk with your wife. Now, go on out and leave you alone.
Now, I can talk to her later, Mama. Look.
Son...
Will somebody please listen to me today?
Walter Lee, I don't allow no yelling in this house, and you know it. And there ain't going to be no investing in no liquor stores. Now, I don't even have to speak on that again.
Oh. So you don't even have to speak on that again? So you decided, huh? Will you tell that to my boy tonight when you put him to sleep on the living room couch? Yeah. Tell it to my wife, Mama, tomorrow. And she got to go out here to look after somebody else's kids. And tell it to me, Mama, every time we need a new pair of curtains and have to watch you go out and work in somebody's kitchen. Yeah, you tell me then.
Where are you going?
I'm going out.
Where?
Just out of this house somewhere.
Well, I'll come too.
I don't want you to come.
But I got something to talk to you about, Walter.
Just too bad.
Walter Lee, sit down.
I'm a grown man, Mama.
Ain't nobody said you wasn't grown. But you are still in my house and in my presence. And as long as you are, you'll talk to your wife civil. Now sit down.
Oh, let him go on out and drink himself to death. It makes me sick to my stomach.
And you turn mine too, baby. That was my biggest mistake.
Walter Lee, what is the matter with you?
Matter with me? Ain't nothing the matter with me.
Yes, there is. There's something that's eating you up like a crazy man. Something more than me not giving you this money. The past few years, I've been watching it happen to you. You get all nervous acting and kind of wild in the eyes. I'm talking to you and I said, sit there.
Mama, I don't need no nagging at me today.
Seems like you get into a place where you're always tied up in some kind of knot or something. But if anybody asks you about it, you just yell at them and bust out of the house somewheres and go out and get drunk. Walter Lee, people cannot live with that. Ruth is a good, patient girl in her way, but you are getting to be too much. Now, boy, don't you make the mistake of driving that girl away from you.
Why? What'd she ever do for me?
She loves you.
Mama, now look, I gotta go out. I want to be off by myself for a while.
Oh, son, I'm sorry about your liquor store, but it just won't a thing for us to do. Now, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
I got to go out, Mama.
It's dangerous, son.
What's dangerous?
When a man goes outside his home to look for peace.
Then why can't there be no peace in this house then?
You done found it in some other house?
No! There ain't no other woman. Why do women always think there's a woman somewhere when a man gets restless? Mama, I want so many things.
Yes, son.
I want so many things that they're driving me kind of crazy. Now, Mama, look at me.
I'm looking at you, and you're a good-looking boy. Son, you got a job, a nice wife, a fine boy.
A job? Mama, a job? I open and close car doors all day long. I drive a man around in his limousine and I say, yes, sir, no, sir, very good, sir. Should I take the drive, sir? Mama, that ain't no kind of a job. That ain't nothing at all. Mama, I don't know if I can make you understand.
Understand what, baby?
But sometimes it's like I can see the future stretched out in front of me, just as plain as day. The future, Mama, my future, hanging over there at the edge of my day, just waiting for me. A big, looming, blank space full of nothing, just waiting for me. Mama, sometimes when I'm downtown and I pass them cool, quiet-looking restaurants where them white boys are sitting back, talking about things, sitting there turning deals worth millions of dollars. Sometimes I see guys don't look much older than me.
Son, how come you talk so much about money?
Because it is life, Mama.
Oh, so now it's life. Money is life. Once upon a time, freedom used to be life, but now it's money.
No.
Oh, I guess the world really do change.
Mama, it always was money. We just didn't know it.
No. Something's changed. You're something new, boy. In my time, we was worried about not being lynched and getting to the north if we could, and how to stay alive and still have a pinch of dignity, too. Now, here come you and Benita talking about things we ain't never even thought about, hardly, me and your daddy. You ain't satisfied or proud of nothing we done. I mean that you had a home and that we kept you out of trouble till you was grown, and that you don't have to ride to work on the back of nobody's streetcar. Oh, you my children, but how different we've done become.
You just don't understand, Mama. You just don't understand.
Son, do you know your wife's expecting another baby? Now, that's what she wanted to talk to you about. But this ain't for me to be telling, but I thought you ought to know. I think Ruth is thinking about getting rid of that child.
No, Ruth wouldn't do that.
When the world gets ugly enough, a woman will do anything for her family. The part that's already living.
You don't know Ruth, Mom, if you think she would do something like that.
Yes, I would too, Walter.
What?
I gave her a $5 down payment.
Well, son, I'm waiting to hear you say something. I'm waiting to hear how you be your father's son, be the man that he was. Your wife said she's going to destroy your child. And I'm waiting to hear you talk like him and say that we're a people who give children life, not who destroys them. I'm waiting to see you stand up and look like your daddy and say that we done give up one baby to poverty and we ain't going to give up near another one. I'm waiting.
Ruth.
If you be a son of mine, you tell her. You're a disgrace to your father's memory. Somebody get me my hat.
Benita. Well, what have we got on tonight?
You are now looking at what a well-dressed Nigerian woman wears. Isn't it beautiful? Enough of this assimilationist junk. dance.
Oh, what kind of folks do that, honey?
It's from Nigeria. It's a dance welcome.
Oh, who you
The men back to the village.
welcome? Where they been?
Now, how do I know where they've been, Ruth? Out hunting or something. Anyway, they're coming back now.
Well, that's good.
Adunde, 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 atunyo. Adunde, 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 atunyo. Japuwa, jipuwa, anguso, ire, ire. Adunde, adunde.
Yeah! And Ethiopia stretched forth her hands again.
Yes, and Africa sure is claiming her own tonight.
Shut up. I'm digging them drums. Them drums move me. In my heart of hearts, I am much worried.
In your heart of hearts, you are much drunker.
Me and Joe. That's my man, Kenyatta. Flaming spear. Hot damn. Oh, Kamagoshi. The lion is waking. Oh, well away.
Oh, Kamagosie, flaming spear.
Listen, my black brothers.
Oh, Kamagosie.
You hear the waters rushing against the shores of our coastline.
Oh, Kamagosie.
Do you hear the screeching of the cocks and yonder hills beyond, where the chiefs meet in council for the coming of the mighty war?
Oh, Kamagosie.
Do you hear the beating of the waves and the birds? Lie low over the mountains and the low places of our land.
George Murchison.
Come here, Mr. Murchison.
Thank you.
Singing the war songs of our fathers to the babies in the great houses. Singing the sweet war songs. Oh, do you hear, black brother?
We hear you, flaming spear.
Telling us to prepare for the greatness of the time. Black brother!
Black brother, hell.
Beneath it, you got company. What's the matter with you? Walter Lee Younger, get down off that table and stop acting like a fool. The bathroom, man. Oh, he's had a little to drink. I don't know what her excuse
Hey,
is.
look, honey, we're going to the theater. We're not going to be in it, so go get changed, huh?
You expect this boy to go out with you looking like that?
Well, now that's up to George. If he's ashamed of his heritage.
Come on, don't be so proud of yourself, Benny, just because you look eccentric.
How can something that's natural be eccentric?
Well, that's what being eccentric means, being natural.
I don't like that, George.
Get dressed.
George.
Why must you and your brother make an argument out of everything people say?
Because I hate assimilationist Negroes.
Will somebody please tell me what whoever means?
Well, it's just a college girl's way of calling people Uncle Toms, but that isn't what it means at all.
Well, what does it mean?
It means someone who is willing to give up his own culture and submerge himself completely in the dominant and, in this case, oppressive culture.
Oh, dear, here we go. A lecture on the African past, on our great West African heritage. In 1 second, we'll hear all about the great Ashanti empires, the great Songhai civilizations, and the great sculpture of Benin. And then some poetry in the Bantu, and the whole monologue will end with the word heritage. Look, let's face it, baby. Your heritage is nothing but a bunch of raggedy-ass spirituals and some grass huts.
Grass huts! Ooh, you see there? You see you are standing
Come on,
there
Benny.
in your splendid ignorance,
That dress,
talking
Benny.
about people who were the first to smelt iron
Benny.
on the face of the
Benny.
earth. The Ashantis were performing surgical
don't have too much
operations
time.
when the English were still tattooing themselves with blue dragons.
Well, have a seat, George.
Thank you.
Warm, ain't it? I mean, for September. Yeah. Well, just like they always say about Chicago weather, it's either too hot or too cold for you. Just wait a minute, but it'll change.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's got to do with them bombs and things they keep setting off. Would you like a nice cold beer?
No, thank you. I don't care for beer. I sure hope she hurries up.
Well, what time is the show?
It's an 8:30 curtain. That's just Chicago, though. In New York, the standard curtain time is 8:40.
Well, you get to New York a lot, huh?
A few times a year.
Oh, that's nice. You know, I've never been to New York.
New York ain't got nothing Chicago ain't. There's a bunch of hustling people all squeezed up together, being Eastern.
Oh, you've been?
Plenty of times.
Walt's
Plenty.
Younger.
Hey, what we got to drink in this house? Why don't you offer this man some refreshment? They don't know how to entertain people in this house, man.
Thank you, I don't really care for anything.
Where's Mama?
She ain't come back yet.
Hey, why all you college boys wear them fairish-looking white shoes, huh?
Walter Lee.
Well, they look crazy as hell. White shoes, cold as it is.
You have to excuse him.
No, you don't. Excuse me for what? What you always excusing me for? I'll excuse myself when I need to be excused. They look funny as them black knee socks beneath the wears out of here all the damn time.
It's the college style, Walter.
Style, hell, she looks like she got burnt legs or something.
Oh, Walter.
Oh, Walter, oh, Walter. Hey, how's your man making out? I understand y'all gonna buy that big hotel on the drive. Shrewd move. Your man's all right, man. I mean, he knows how to operate. I mean, he thinks big. You know what I mean? I mean, for a home, you know? But I think he's kind of running out of ideas now. I'd like to talk to him. Oh, listen, man. I got some plans that could turn this city upside down. I mean, I think like he does. Big. Invest big. Gamble big. Hell, lose big if you have to. You understand what I mean? Look, it's hard to find a man on the whole South Side who understands my kind of thinking. You dig? You know, me and you, we ought to sit down and talk sometime, man. Man, I got some ideas.
Yeah, sometimes we'll have to do that, Walter.
Yeah. Well, when you get the time, man, I know you're a busy little boy.
Walter, please.
I know ain't nothing in this world as busy as you colored college boys with your fraternity pins and white shoes.
Oh, Walter Lee.
I see you all the time. With your books tucked under your arms, going to your classes. For what? What the hell are you learning over there? Filling up your head with sociology and psychology. Ha! They teaching you how to be a man, how to take over and run the world. They teaching you how to run a rubber plantation or a steel mill. No, just how to talk proper and read books and wear white shoes.
You're all whacked up with bitterness, man.
And you? Ain't you bitter, man? Ain't you just about had it yet? Don't you see those stars gleaming up there you can't reach out and grab? You happy? You contented son of a bitch, you happy? You got it made, huh? Bitter. And I'm a volcano. Here I am, a giant, surrounded by ants. And you can't even understand what the damn giant is talking about.
Oh, Walter, ain't you with nobody?
No, 'cause ain't nobody with me. Not even my own mother.
Walter, that's a terrible thing to say.
Let's go, George.
Well, now, hey, you look great.
Have a nice time now.
See you all later.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, and good night, Prometheus.
Hey, Ruth. Who is Prometheus?
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
See that? You see that they get to a point where they can't even insult you man to man. You gotta talk about something ain't nobody never heard of.
Well, how you know it was an insult? Maybe Prometheus is a nice fella.
Prometheus. I bet that even no such thing. I bet that simple-minded clown.
Walter.
Don't start.
Stop what?
Don't start. You're nagging. Where was I? Who was I with? How much money did I spend?
Walter Lee, why don't we just try to talk about
I've been out
it?
talking with people who understand me. People who care about the things I got on my mind.
I guess that means people like Willie Harris.
Yes, people like Willie Harris.
Well, why don't y'all just hurry up and go into the banking business and stop talking about it?
Why? You want to know why? Because we all tied up in a race of people that don't know how to do nothing but moan, pray, and have babies.
Oh, Walter. Why can't you stop fighting me?
Who's fighting you? Who even cares about you?
Well, I guess I might as well go on to bed. I don't know where we lost it, but we have. I'm sorry about this new baby, Walter. I guess maybe I better go on and do what I started. I guess I just didn't realize how bad things was with us. I guess I just didn't really realize. You want some hot milk?
Hot milk?
Yes, hot milk.
Why hot milk?
Because after all that liquor you come home with, you ought to have something hot in your stomach.
I don't want no milk.
You want some coffee then?
No, I don't want no coffee. I don't want nothing hot to drink. Why are you always trying to give me something to eat?
What else can I give you, Walter Lee Younger?
It's been rough, ain't it, baby? I guess between two people, there ain't never as much understood as folks generally think there is. I mean, like between you and me, how we get to the place where we're scared to talk softness to each other. Why do you think it's got to be like that? Ruth, what is it gets into people who ought to be close?
I don't know, honey. I think about it a lot.
On account of you and me, you mean? The way things are with us, the way something doesn't come down between us?
There ain't so much between us, Walter. Not when you come to me and try to talk to me. Try to be with me, a little even.
Sometimes I don't even know how to try.
Walter.
Yes?
Honey, life don't have to be like this. I mean, sometimes people can do things so that things are better. You remember how we used to talk when Travis was born? About the way we was going to live and the kind of house. Well, it's all starting to slip away from us.
Mama, where you been?
My, them steps is longer than they used to be. Oh, how you feeling this evening, Ruth?
Mama, where have you been all day?
Where's Travis?
Well, I let him go out early and he ain't come back yet. Boy, is he gonna get it.
Mama.
Yes, son?
Where did you go this afternoon?
I went downtown attending some business I had to tend to.
What kind of business?
Now, you know better than to question me like a child, brother.
Where were you, Mama? Mama, you didn't go and do something with that insurance money, something crazy.
Travis.
Mama,
Nothing. You gonna get it, boy. Get on in that bedroom and get yourself ready.
But
Why don't you never let the child explain himself?
Keep out of it now, Lena. 1,000 times I have told you not to go off like that.
Well, at least let me tell him something. I want him to be the first to hear. Come here, Travis. Come here, son. And you know that money that we got in the mail this morning?
Yes.
Well, what do you think your grandmama done gone and done with that money?
I don't know, Grandmama.
Well, she went out and she bought you a house. You glad about the house? It's going to be yours when you get to be a man.
Yeah. I always wanted to live in a house.
All right, then. Give me some sugar. Come on. Oh, now when you say your prayers tonight, you thank God and your granddaddy, 'cause it was him who gave you the house in his way.
Now, you get on out of here, Travis, and get ready for your beating.
Oh, Mama.
Get on in there now. So you went and did it.
Yes, I did.
Praise God. Please, honey, let me be glad. You be glad, too. Oh, Walter, a home. A home. Well, where is it? How big is it? How much it gonna cost?
Well,
when we move?
First of the month.
Oh, praise God.
It's a nice house, too. And it's 3 bedrooms. Nice big one for you and Ruth. Of course, me and Benita still have to share our own room, but Travis will have one of his own. And I figure if the new baby is a boy, we could get one of them double-deckers outfits, don't you know? And Ruth, there's a yard with a little patch of dirt where I could maybe get to grow me a few flowers. Oh. And it's got a nice big basement.
Walter, honey, be glad.
Of course, now, I don't want to make it sound fancier than it is. It's just a plain little old house. But it's made good and solid, and it'll be ours. Walter Lee, it makes a difference to a man when he can walk on floors that belong to him.
Well, where is it, Mama?
Well, it's out there in Clybourne Park.
Where?
406 Clybourne Street, Clybourne Park.
Clybourne Park. Mama, there ain't no colored people living in Clybourne Park.
Well, I guess there's going to be some now.
So that's the peace and comfort you went out of here and bought us today.
Son, I just tried to find the nicest place for the least amount of money for my family.
Well, of course, I ain't never been afraid of no crackers, mind you, but, well, wasn't there no other houses nowhere?
Oh, Ruth, them houses they put up for colored in them areas way out all seem to cost twice as much as the other houses. I did the best I could.
Well, all I can say is if this is my time in life, my time to say goodbye to these goddamn cracking walls and these marching cockroaches and this cramped little closet which ain't never, now, no time, been no kitchen, then I said good and loud, hallelujah, and goodbye misery. I don't want to see your ugly face again. Lena.
Yes, honey?
Is there a whole lot of sunlight?
Yes, child. There's a whole lot of sunlight.
Well, I guess I better go see about Travis. My Lord, I sure don't feel like whipping nobody today.
Son, you understand what I done, don't you? I seen my family falling apart today, just falling to pieces in front of my eyes. Son, we couldn't have gone on like we was today. We was going backwards instead of forwards, talking about killing babies and wishing each other was dead. When it gets like that in life, son, you just got to do something different. Push on out and do something bigger. I wish you'd say something, son. I wish you'd say how deep inside you think I've done the right thing.
What you need for me to say that you've done right for? You the head of the family. You run our lives like you want to. It was your money. You did what you wanted with it. So what you need for me to say that it was right for? So you butchered up a dream of mine. You was always talking about your children's dreams.
Walter Lee. Walter.
Come on, let's just stand on. Wait a minute now, George. George, will you be quiet? Please, okay, people are sleeping. Okay, whatever you say. Come on, George. Come on, we've had a nice evening. Let's not spoil it, huh? Come on now, George, will you please sit down? Okay, come on, sit down beside me. Come on now, George. George, will you stop it? Stop it, George, stop it. Look, I am trying to talk to you.
I know we always talk.
Yes, and I love to talk.
Yeah, I know it. And I don't mind it sometimes. But look, I want you to cut it out, see? The moody stuff, I don't like it. Look, you're a nice-looking girl. All over. And that's all you need, honey. Forget the atmosphere. Guys aren't going to go for the atmosphere. They're going to go for what they see. Be glad for that. So drop the garbo routine. It doesn't go with you. As for myself, I want a nice, simple, Sophisticated girl, not a poet. Okay?
Come on, George, will you stop
All right, I'm
it?
going.
Oh, come on, George, now why are you angry?
Because this is stupid. I don't go out with you to discuss the nature of quiet desperation or to hear all about your thoughts. Because the world will go on thinking what it thinks regardless.
Well, then why read books? Why go to school?
Well, that's simple. You read books to learn facts, to get grades, to pass the course, to get a degree. That's all. It has nothing to do with thoughts.
I see. Good night, George.
Hello, Mrs. Younger.
Hello, George. How you feeling?
Fine. How are you?
Oh, a little tired. You know them steps, how they can get you after a day's work. Y'all have a nice time tonight?
Yes, a fine time. Well, good night.
Good night, George. Hello, honey. What are you sitting like that for?
I'm just sitting.
Didn't you have a nice time?
No.
No? What's the matter?
Mama, George is a fool. Honest.
Is he, baby?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Well, I guess you better not waste your time with no fools.
Mama?
Yes, baby.
Thank you.
For what?
For understanding me this time.
Lena, you don't have to put away those groceries. I can do that.
Oh, I just thought I'd sort out a few things.
Hello? Oh, just a minute. Walter's Mrs. Arnold. Hello? Yes, this is his wife speaking. Well, he's lying down now. Yes, well, he'll be in tomorrow. He's been very sick. Oh, yes, I know we should have called, but we were so sure he'd be able to come in today. Oh, yes, I'm very sorry. Well, thank you very much. Walter, that was Mrs. Arnold.
Was it?
She said if you don't come in tomorrow, they'll go get a new man.
Ain't that sad? Ain't that crying sad?
She said Mr. Arnold had to take a cab for 3 days. Walter, you ain't been to work for 3 days? Where you been, Walter Lee Younger? You're gonna lose your job.
That's right.
Oh, Walter. And with your mother working like a dog every day.
That's sad, too. Everything is sad.
What have you been doing for these 3 days, son?
Mama, you don't know all the things a man what got leisure can find to do in this city. What's this? Friday night, huh? Yeah, well, Wednesday, I borrowed Willie Harris's car, and I went for a drive. Just me and myself, and I drove and drove, way out, way past South Chicago. And I parked the car, and I sat, and I looked at the steel mills all day long. I just sat and looked at the steel mills, at them big black chimneys for hours. And then I drove back and went over to the Green Hat. And Thursday I borrowed the car again. And I got in and I pointed it the other way. And I drove it the other way for hours, way up in Wisconsin. And I looked at the farms. I just drove and looked at the farms. And then I drove back, and I went to the Green Hat. And today, I didn't get the car. Today, I just walked all over the South Side. And I looked at the Negroes, and they looked at me. Finally, Finally, I just sat down on the curb at 39th and South Parkway, and I just sat there and watched the Negroes go by. And then I went to the Green Hat. You're sad. You're depressed. And you know where I'm going right now? That's right, Ruth. Go on to bed.
Big Walter, is this the harvest of our days?
You know what I like about the Green Hat? I like this little cat they got there who blows the sax. He blows. He talks to me. He ain't about 5 feet tall, and he got a combed head, and his eyes is always closed, and he is all music.
Walter Lee.
And then there's this other guy that plays the piano. Oh, they got a sound. I mean, they can whack on some music. They got the best little combo in the world at the Green Hat. Oh, man, you can just sit there and drink and listen to them 3 men play, and you realize that don't nothing matter worth a damn but just being there.
I've helped do it to you, haven't I, son? Oh, Walter, I've been wrong.
Oh, no. You ain't never been wrong about nothing.
No, you listen to me now, son. I say that I've been wrong. That I've been doing to you what the rest of the world's been doing to you. Walter, what you ain't never understood is that I ain't got nothing. I don't own nothing, and I ain't never really wanted nothing that wasn't for you. There ain't nothing as precious to me. There ain't nothing worth holding on to, money, no dreams, no nothing else. If it means it's gonna destroy my boy. And son, I paid the man $3,500 down on the house. Now that leaves $6,500. Now Monday morning, I want you to take this money and take $3,000 and put it in a savings account for beneath his medical schooling. And the rest, you put in a checking account with your name on it. And from now on, any penny that comes out of it or that goes into it is for you to look after, for you to decide. It ain't much, but it's all I got in the world, and I'm putting it in your hands. And I'm telling you to be the head of this family from now on like you're supposed to be.
You trust me like that, Mama?
I ain't never stopped trusting you. Just like I ain't never stopped loving you. Good night, son.
$6,500. $6,500. Yay!
Daddy, can I get my bed now?
It's all clear. Yeah!
What's the matter, Daddy? You drunk?
No, Dad ain't drunk. Dad ain't gonna never be drunk again.
Well, good night, Daddy.
Son, I feel like talking to you tonight.
About what?
Oh, about a lot of things. About you. What kind of man you gonna be when you grow up. Son, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A bus driver.
A what? Oh, man. That ain't nothing to want to be.
Why not?
Because, man, it ain't big enough. You know what I mean?
I don't know then. I can't make up my mind.
You know what, Travis? In 7 years, you're going to be 17 years old. And things are going to be very different in 7 years, Travis. One day when you're 17, I'll come home from the office downtown somewhere.
You don't work in no office, Daddy.
No, but after tonight, after what your daddy going to do tonight, there's going to be offices. A whole lot of offices.
What you going to do tonight, Daddy?
You wouldn't understand yet, son. But your daddy's going to make a transaction. A business transaction that's going to change our lives. That's how come one day, when you about 17 years old, I come home. I'll be pretty tired. You know what I mean? After a day of conferences and secretaries getting things wrong the way they do. Because the executive's life is hell, man. And I pull the car up in the driveway. Just a plain black Chrysler, I think, with white walls. No, black tires. More elegant, you know? No, rich people don't have to be flashy. Though, I'd have to get something a little sportier for Ruth. Maybe a Cadillac convertible to do her shopping in. And I'll come up the steps, and the gardener will be clipping away at the hedges, and he'll say, "Good evening, Mr. Younger." And I'll say, "Hello, Jefferson. How are you this evening?" And I'll go inside, and Ruth will come downstairs and meet me at the door. And we'll kiss each other. And she'll take my arm. And we go up to your room and see you sitting on the floor with catalogs of all the great schools of America around you. All the great schools of the world. And I'll say, "All right, son, it's your 17th birthday. What is it you've decided? Just tell me where you want to go to school, and you go. Just tell me what it is you want to be, and you be it. Whatever you want to be. Yes, sir. You just name it, son, and I'll hand you the world."